on the air. Live from Walk-Ons in Alexandria, LA 103.5 presents The Thomas Bachman Show.
I love Alexandria Senior High. I think I have a phenomenal group of core, but what is the goal?
Over in the next hour, we're talking all things as Trojan.
What level do we want to compete at? What do we want to put out there? What's the end goal in mind? And if we talk about competing at the highest level with the very best people, then let's commit to it. Let's commit to it resource-wise. Let's commit to it in every way. Let's commit to it.
And it's all brought to you in part by Walk-Ons, Sadler's Towing, Wallace Ice, The Burger, Bank, Louisiana Eye and Laser, Calvary Baptist Church, First South Farm Credit, Lower Power Sports, Sinlaw Power Wash, Certified Transition, Rosie Joe's, BK Distributors, and Security Sporting Goods. Now, let's talk as Trojan.
And we are live out at Walk-Ons for another beautiful Tuesday night. Tuesday night. Here we are again on a Tuesday night.
I don't necessarily care for Tuesday night myself, but, this is the only week that I do always want to play on a Thursday. Other than that, I do agree with the Friday night lights. It's what high school is, and, there's just been a few we were on fall break when we played Pineville, so it's not like we were in school, and, it threw it off just a little bit. We had a shortage of officials, and, it's right. Things you just have to do. And then obviously the trip to Mississippi, didn't want to do that, heading into that weekend. And
I got something for you that might change your mind regarding that.
Okay, talk to me.
Thursday night game against Winona, what was the outcome?
Win.
Thursday night game against Pineville, what was the outcome?
I got you. I'll take Thursdays.
There you go. Let's move the game to Thursday nights, and let's have the shows on Tuesday, and we'll undefeated throughout. This is, I have to look at all of the angles, and 10 weeks into it, we're analyzing everything that we can, and that's one of those too.
It's good to be back at home.
It is,
that's
absolutely.
The thing. We've been on the road a lot lately. I guess four of the last 5 we've been on the road, so it'll be great to be back at home, and I hope we have a crowd. I know it's Thursday night. I know it's I'm hearing it's going to be cold and all that stuff. But our support from the community and the fans and the parents that have turned out has been incredible. I had somebody I was talking to earlier today. They came to one of the games early in the year, and they were just like, man, it's incredible. I mean, it's what Friday Night Lights is all about. It's just what you see is I was actually talking to my pastor, and they came to one of the early games, and he's, just incredible, Pastor.
A great group,
just incredible. And anyway, he was just talking about how awesome it was, and the crowd support and the fans and the energy has been great, and look forward to to getting back to it on Thursday. Need to go get this. We need to win, and give ourselves a chance to be at home again the following week.
Absolutely. And so you get those opportunities. And we'll talk about that particular setup in just a minute, too, because the Trojans right now are sitting 18, 19, 7, depending on who plays and where it is, they're sitting right a couple of spots off of getting a home playoff game on there. And that's so huge being at home. They on the road last year a lot, but the big semifinal game was back at Ash, and certainly everybody remembers that. But, we'll go out on the community, and I don't want to come off as anyway. They owe it. I mean, it's senior night. And you owe it to this group of seniors to come out and honor them for the fight that they've put up with and what they've given for their time here. Because let me tell you, it's not just showing up on Friday nights from 6 o'clock to get loose and play. I mean, this is 7 days a week, 365 years. And what you guys are doing summer. And so I implore the fans, you owe it to these seniors that are representing your city, that are wearing Alexandria across the chest, to come out in full force and let them hear you.
I agree. I second that. These young men definitely deserve it, and come out and create an energy in the stands and support these young people, and and they are. Our people are great. There's going to be a good crowd, and the other side of it is people people like winning. And
That's
if
correct.
you want to keep people on board, I mean, we definitely are capable of winning the ones, but we've come up short and we haven't made the plays and we haven't put our kids, when I say that, we haven't put our kids in positions at times to make plays. So, winning is important, and we've had every opportunity to win it, here for several weeks. And, I just know how to be persistent. I just know how to keep showing up. Our kids just know how to keep showing up and be persistent and stay after it. And, that was kind of what I talked to them about after the game, a lot of emotion, a lot of frustration,
I don't think I've ever seen you guys get off the field quicker than you did Friday night. It seemed like all the kids were off the field.
After post-game, yeah.
Right away, they were off of there
ready
quick.
to get back to Alexandria. But, I don't know how many times we've covered that or if it's you and I talking off air or on air. But, trying to get them to understand people are going to have opinions. That's just part of life. Everybody has an opinion, and opinions are hard to have. And, sometimes what we're dealing with and, the thing that's so beautiful about the game is, how to bounce back from losses, but doing all this hard work because we have, worked incredibly hard. And,
right.
You're right on the verge, and we're coming up short, and we're not getting the results that we want. Man, that can be so frustrating and so hard to deal with, when you're putting in all this work and you're not getting the results. And
but how when you go back and look at the tapes that you do, and I know you guys spend countless hours, and if you don't believe that, ask Mrs. Coach Bachman, and she'll attest to the amount of hours that you guys spend watching videos and going over these plays that are out there, and you can spot. Man, if that play went our way instead of the other way, here's 7 points, or this keeps. You can point to a handful of plays over 3 losses that keeps you from being 9-0 or 8-1, 7-2, whatever it is. I mean, there have been just a few plays that separate the season.
Yeah, no doubt. Continue to coach. Our kids want to improve and want to make those plays. And it's not that you're going to play perfect. We don't want to create a thing where you're pressing and you're trying to, make. Just got to take the play, and then whether it's good or bad, you got to move on to the next. But you got to play through some mistakes.
Correct.
But, I don't know. I believe that you create your own luck, I guess, to a degree. But there's been some things that have just been. Last week was that was an interesting play. I kept having people throughout the week like, what did they do on the fake? It was like, no,
they didn't. Yeah, yes,
it wasn't a fake punt. It was just
It was one of those plays
broken plays that
Lamar asked me that on our show Sunday night. He says, did I see that right? It was an 85-yard run by the punter. I said, yeah, you did. But let me tell you what happened and why that happened.
Right.
Because if he doesn't, and Shawncavian Lewis, who was their big running back last year, that was back there doing that. If he
it's his
doesn't make, that's right. If he doesn't make that tremendous play, Trojans have the ball first and goal inside the red zone, and it's a different ball game. So all of that notwithstanding, you look at the play that was made there, and I've said it over and over and over on there, but football players make football plays. And that was a football play that was made. And if we tackle him, that's a different story on there, but he just found a way to make a play.
Yep, got to give him credit. Made an incredible play. No, we want to make that play. No, we're capable of making it. And, there's a bunch of things, to talk through as far as that, not going to rehash it all here
That's
tonight.
Right.
We had a lot of plays and a lot of opportunities, to put our kids in positions to be successful. They had opportunities to be successful, and we didn't get the result that we wanted. So we're going to stay after it.
Well, I guess the part of the point I wanted to make too is it's not necessarily one of our guys not making the play as much as it is sometimes somebody else just goes out and makes a play.
Yeah, it's a combination of both.
That's right.
There's no doubt, and I do agree with that. And are we playing hard? Message to the kids walking off the field today of when you turn on the film, I don't think it's an effort thing. Golly, there are kids that are giving inspiring efforts that we'll be able to talk about for a long time, and make clinic tape for the future. That play. This is what it means to be an Ash Trojan. This is how you play hard. I mean, there were some guys in there battling. So an effort and a play hard, I just don't feel like is the issue. in execution, all 11 guys playing as one. We're a guy away here, or, just 9 guys executing at a high level, and 1 or 2 guys not executing on that play, and as we just stay after it, and at any point it's going to click, and we're going to get back in a rhythm. I do think that some of it on an offense. Let's get some confidence back. Let's enjoy playing, and not get so frustrated or so. Me, and I'm talking about me too. I was telling them, I get as frustrated as anybody at times, and very demanding. But hey, let's play the next play. Let's just keep battling. Let's look up. And that was the message at halftime. Really tried to challenge them of regardless of what happens tonight, man, be able to walk off the field and hold your head high that you battled, that you didn't accept it, and whether you make a play or don't make a play, that just keep playing, and I do think they responded in the second half. I mean, there were some kids that really were challenged in a very intense setting at halftime.
Well, you come in, you scored nothing. Yeah, that's right.
They did respond.
Oh, absolutely. You go up and put 17 points up in the first half.
In the third quarter.
In the third quarter, and somehow we got out of there. Let's see. We're going to go to commercial break real quick. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Thomas Bachman Show on LA 103.5.
What happened? We get disconnected.
My Bluetooth went away is what I...
Game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
This is Thais, loan officer with First South Farm Credit here in Alexandria. Are you in the market for land? Whether it's for hunting, recreation, or a timber tract, you need a lender with experience in financing rural real estate. At First South, we understand what it means to own your own piece of land, whether it's a hunting camp or just a place to get away on the weekend. The best part of my job is seeing our members realize their dream of land ownership. If you're thinking of buying or refinancing land, call me, Ty Eastman, at First South Farm Credit, or visit us at firstsouthland.com.
Did you know BK Distributors have the fastest signs in town? They have signs for everything. If you're in need of signs or banners for your political campaign, your business, or just for that family reunion, BK Distributors has it all. With outstanding quality, fast turnaround, and the best prices in town. If you've been looking for the right place to handle your signage needs, well, here's your sign. Call Scott today, 318-442-2246, and let him help you. BK Distributors, Highway 28 East in Pineville, behind Arby's.
Ever wonder if you'll have time to go back to school and get your high school equivalency diploma? Central Louisiana Technical Community College believes you can. CLTCC's high school equivalency program is free. You can earn your diploma and have the opportunity to earn college credits at the same time. Get the skills you need for a better job. When you enroll in CLTCC's Work Ready You Adult Education Program, call 1-800-278-9855 or go to our website, www.cltcc.edu.
So, your transmission is kaput. Time to get a new or new-to-you vehicle? Wrong. Certified Transmission can fix your transmission problems and preserve your investment in your vehicle. Certified Transmission will also save you the hassle of trying to find a good vehicle that you can afford without a good trade-in, because most car dealers are not going to want to accept your vehicle in trade. So having Certified Transmission fix your vehicle is the best option of getting back on the road in a vehicle you can trust. Go where you know. Certified Transmission on the Monroe Highway in Ball. Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria, proud supporter of area high school football. Live from Walk-Ons on MacArthur Drive in Alexandria, this is the Thomas Bachman Show. on LA 103.5.
So it's the things that you talk about off the air that are probably the most fun, and all of our lip reading fans that are out there watching, we appreciate having those. I'm going to go over and while we're doing this and check and see how it's had an interesting conversation. So a couple of weeks ago, Coach, you know that I talked to Chico. He and he and Jared were on there discussing who the best offensive lineman was to come out of Ash. And, I mean, there's a lot of them. I tried to tell Chico, look, you know, it might not be you. It might be, but it might not be. Thankfully, I was in the car because he's a big fella these days. No, just the alumni still, you're hearing from those guys, and they're having so much success. You know, these guys getting them to step up and be that. The ones that we have now, knowing that, look, there are a lot of the outside folks that are looking at what's going on here, and to the outsider 6-3, oh, wait a minute, that's a down year. They're not going to dive into the tape and look at some of those other things. But the effect that some of the alumni have by coming around, being around, and helping out, just give me an idea on that.
Well, it just says that it's important to them. I mean, they put a lot into it, and you know, that they still care and they're still passionate about it. And
look, as I talk about it too, they're commenting on the page. Both Chico and Jared are on there, so they're listening to you.
They are two of the all-time greats. I will say that.
But who's better than the other? That's what I want to know.
Look, that's for other people to debate.
Sorry, guys. I tried to get that, but you know.
I loved every minute with both of them, and you know, you don't sometimes you're just busy coaching and they're busy playing, and you know, you really begin to appreciate when you think back to the example that they set and the things that they did, and you just really miss them, you know, when they're gone. And that's been multiple players, and there's going to be another group, you know.
That's why it goes deeper than
every year.
Who was the better offensive lineman, or who was the better defensive lineman, or who the safety or the quarterback, the leaders that are that's right. These guys come in and they still put the same jersey on, and they're part of what established that tradition about what got that to the state championship last year and what's going to continue that success.
I try and tell them all when I come, you know, any success that we've had or will ever have, you know, the ones that we've coached, and you know, I would say even the ones that we haven't coached that came through and, you know, were a part of it, but the ones that played for us all the way back to year one, and I said this several times last year throughout the playoffs, this is every bit theirs as it is anything, because they helped us lay that foundation from day one, and that first group of seniors, you know, really believed and bought into what we were doing, and just was so much fun to coach, and it's been that way every year. And you begin to appreciate when you think back and of all the things you did. You know, we've had two, which everybody has, so this is not a thing, but we haven't had, you know, the off seasons that some of these guys went through because of COVID and being out of school and in school and A days and B days, and it's been a little bit crazy the past two off seasons. But what, you know, the average person can't appreciate what those two went through in the winter months of January and February, and, you know, some of the, I don't know that extremely difficult, hard work, and there was nothing we could do to them that was going to run them off.
That's right.
They just kept showing up no matter how difficult the workouts were, how challenging, you know, things became. And you know, that's become the culture of our program of embracing the challenge and, you know, playing the underdog role of, you know, especially, you know, in this district that we play in. It's a great district, and, you know, I'm anxious to see when the playoffs rolls around. You kind of hope that you get spread out to see how you stack up across, you know, other parts of the state. You know, that'll be determined here, I guess, this weekend when the brackets come out, but you know, we've got some really good coaches, you know, that are paired with really good players. And so embracing that challenge of going up there to some of these places that have a lot of history behind them. And, you know, those two and many, many more will always play a special part in what we're doing and what we've done and what's going to happen in the future, because they laid that foundation. You know, we've got more uniforms now. And
so, guys, that's the best answer to that question that you're going to get out of it.
Yeah, love you both. I ain't choosing. I'll take you both.
That's that. If they have any eligibility left,
that's right. If I get one, I get both. How about that?
That's a absolute deal. So in the past, when we've done our preview shows and we've had people on here, you'd hear the same common theme of these older guys, these seniors, these leaders that are saying, they'll get after a younger guy. Look, get your mouthpiece in, get your helmet on, quit doing this, stop doing that. Coaching out on the field. Who's that guy? Who are those couple of guys for you this year that you see that are really stepping up and say, you know what? Because it go all the way back to Ben, and Judd. And these guys on the field, you knew that somebody was there. Bud Clark, Jacobin, these guys.
They were bought into it. Been really proud of Jamari and the way that he's played. He's been great for us. He's played for a long time. I think that, Adiah Jones has carried a lot of the emotional and energy leadership portion of things. Those two, on the defensive side of the ball really stand out to me. John Curtis has been with us for a long time. He's been in the program all 4 years. Obviously, TJ has a whole lot of experience and through the years and played in a lot of big ball games and all that stuff. So, there's a lot of names that come to mind
that are saying
there's a lot of them that come to mind, but Adiah Jones is one that I would consider.
And you told me that over the summer.
To a leader of the team, he's really one of them. Trying to talk about seniors, getting ready for senior night, all that stuff, but you don't have to be a senior to be a leader.
Well, I've been impressed with Jalen Johnson and the work that he does. His body of work on the field. I don't know as much of it off the field, but things that I hear through other sports that he plays and other coaches is he's got one of the opportunities to be one of the great ones before his time's up.
Future's really bright, really, really bright, and just been trying to spend a little bit of time and trying to get him to understand that not that he doesn't understand, but making sure that I'm reinforcing that your toughness is every bit as important as your talent, and one day when you run into that other kid that's super talented just like you, and he's used to depending on his talent and get away and with being talented, and your talent gets you so far. When y'all run into each other, who's going to be able to rely on something else other than talent? Their day in and day out work ethic, their toughness, and their willingness to compete. And those are the things that really win in the long run, and trying to instill that in them. And he's very intelligent, extremely athletic. He got invited to the All-American Bowl Combine in San Antonio in January.
That's great.
Just here in the past week. Chris Clark got an invite here this week too. So they'll, hopefully there's more, but, they go perform well at those things. They do have the measurables, the height, the length.
That's right.
But they'll need to perform well with times. It's running and jumping. It's not, necessarily football. I don't know what all it is, to be honest with you, but I do know that a combine portion of it.
Well, it's a huge honor just to be noticed and to be brought over there. So we're excited about that. Got to take a break right now. And again, one of the comments there, we're going to switch over to another page and look at some other comments. Jared said he'll be there for the third-round game. So there you have it. We'll be right back after this. This is the Tuesday edition of the Week 10 Thomas Bachman Show, live from Walk-Ons right here on LA 103.5.
Don't let it come to this.
Louisiana Eye and Laser Center. Come visit us at one of our 13 locations or look us up online. You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
This is Nikki Chandler, loan officer with First South Farm Credit here in Alexandria. Are you looking for land out in the country to build your dream home? Then you need a lender who specializes in financing rural land. At First South, we've helped so many of our members who wanted to buy that small tract of land away from the city. As your loan officer, I'm there from application all the way to the closing table. Building that relationship is the best part of what we do. If you're thinking of buying or refinancing land, call me, Nikki Chandler, at First South Farm Credit, or visit us at firstsouthland.com.
Need a quick tow? Sadler's Towing meets many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football. Live from Walk-Ons on MacArthur Drive in Alexandria, this is the Thomas Bachman Show on LA 103.5.
And we're back live at Walk-Ons, and Coach Bachman waiting to have the – no, you didn't wait it. You've got the tacos over there, too. Let me tell you
It took me 2 commercial breaks to get them all down.
I'm going to need you to get back to the chicken tenders.
Yeah, we had that discussion. Yep, or the boudin balls.
Or something, right. or both. I'm fine with that, too. But you changed it up a little bit this year, and I still
it has to be that. There's no way it has anything to do with the job that I'm doing and the decisions that I'm making. I agree. Blame it on
I'm gonna look to find the angle is what I have to look for.
No doubt.
No, you're doing a great job. And speaking of great jobs that are being done, Express Employment Professionals, Express Pros, the folks over there, Seth Landy and that group, are going to be sponsoring now a new segment that's called the Express Pros. You had one job segment, okay, but in a good way, not the one you meant, but you had their ideas that that great job you did, that one job that you had one thing to do and you did it well, and we're going to award a $25 gift card each week to somebody. So now we're starting
tonight. We start next week in the playoffs.
We'll name it Sunday. No, we'll name the winner of that Sunday. So, and then we will find a college highlight or an NFL highlight to have kind of the come on man twist to it, where you had one job, but we really didn't want to bring out a high school kid and get everything. Right. We're loving them up and bringing them up as best we can. So that's going to start. Picked up a new scoreboard sponsor. Anytime you see the scoreboards, it's going to be the Louisiana Eye and Laser scoreboard, and so we appreciate the work that those guys are doing, and couldn't do anything without the folks at Walk-Ons here. Hannah doing a great job for us as always, so just wanted to do that, and the Hicksons, of course, Dallas and everything, the sponsors.
Got it all started for us all those years ago.
Indeed he did. Of course, the Sadlers, Janelle Sadler said she wished she could be here tonight but couldn't because there was a birthday party. So, anyway, that gives an idea. Now back to
her future son-in-law's birthday party.
Well, then you got to get to that one.
That's right.
And that just happened a little bit ago, didn't it? Yeah, last week.
Last Thursday, Adam proposed.
So there you go. Look, my oldest is getting married in 32 days, 33 days. So we may need to play on a Saturday, and that's going to get difficult for me, too, the rehearsal dinners. Anyway, that's a whole other story. West Ouachita is coming up this week. I'd be remiss to talk about West Ouachita without going back a couple of years to the game where we played up there. And the names get away from me, but your friend that was
Matt
coaching
Middleton.
there and his son had gotten hurt right towards the end of it. And that was the most surreal part of a game, I think, that I've ever been involved in, with just the silence that was there. Do you keep up with Coach Middleton or anything that's going on there with him and his
I hadn't
family?
talked to Matt in a while. I know he's at Cedar Creek now,
Right.
and it's one of his guys that was on staff. Coach Rainwater is now the head coach at West Ouachita. But it's so busy. Eventually, I'll see Matt and catch up with him. And I think his youngest is playing quarterback for him. And yeah.
That was great to see that. So when West Ouachita, let's get into a little offense and defense. What do we expect to see when West Ouachita has the football?
They're wing teeing it a lot. A lot of wing tee.
Did they watch the video this year that's out that Coach Teague put out on that? Because that video's –
I'm trying to think. I have seen a little bit of it. I actually got a chance to talk to Coach Teague a little bit, and he
great guy too. I think the world of him
about how it worked and what's going on. And shoot, he was telling me the amount of interest that he's got and the people. I mean,
that's fantastic.
Coaching is networking, and when you get an opportunity like that, there's so many people that are out there that are hungry for information. And,
speaking of hungry, there's Coach Lott.
But he was just telling me all the responses that he's got, and I was like, man, that's incredible.
Did you ever have any thoughts about making a video or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't. I do think we have some guys that are very good teachers of the game,
right?
And would do well in that setting. There's a lot of people out there that are looking for information, and they're trying to improve.
That's right.
The more information that you can get, the better you're going to be. And
how do you go in and attack that wing tee? What's your process for doing that? It's no secret because it's how folks are going to attack it. But for those that are watching along and listening along, what do you go into and say, okay, this is what we're keying on, or that's where we go to?
I'm not really going to jump into all that.
Just never get in. I understand. But in 6 years now, I've never stopped trying.
Yeah, no doubt.
To do
no
this.
Doubt. That is your job.
And it's your job to tell me, no, we're not going to talk about it. Personnel-wise, defensively, everything's good?
Yeah, everything is good, and I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously we've got the bumps and bruises.
Right.
Dia played through a shin really bad. He was really hobbled last week and played through that, and Jalen's playing. Everybody's playing through some stuff at this point in the year, and but nothing major to report that is
Everybody's good, considering where you're at in this too. Because
considering where we're at, and these have been some physical ball games.
And we've said this over and over since the start of the season. We made a little bit light of it, but you only had 9 games in your season last year, and that was counting 5 playoff games and 4. And you're on week 10 this week,
yep.
So the getting
it's good
back
to be back into that routine.
Right.
Of here it goes. I mean, it's been so much. We experienced it early this year with the quarantine, losing the scrimmage in the jam, and. You can hope that life's getting back to, normal, whatever normal is now. But, I think routine and I think structure and consistency for kids of, the way that you're going to go
right.
is very important. So, week 10 played a lot, more games this year than I guess we did last year with all that. But, the wing tee, going to have to play discipline, going to have your eyes. I mean, they'll false key you and, pull you and, you just there's some discipline, and you got to understand, you got to recognize formation, when they begin to do a little bit of different stuff. And, I'm sure they'll break tendency at time, but, at the end of the day, people do what they do and what they've done on film.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the guy that's your DC, I don't think there's anybody that outstudies and analyzes than Coach Severio.
No,
he extremely thorough is right.
Regardless of the opponent, there he is. He puts in the time. He's thorough, and that goes for the entire defensive staff.
Right, correct.
They're thorough.
Talk to me about some of your defensive coaches along with there too.
So Coach Severio's defensive coordinator. You got Coach Mercer, kind of pass game coordinator, coaches the safeties. James Wood coaches our corners. Very intelligent. Going to give more responsibility to James as we head into the off season, and they're really good. Teachers of the game, Coach Ryan Russo,
who's back this year. That's right.
Been the head coach at Pickering, is coaching our linebackers, and then you've got OJ on the defensive front, so that makes up our defensive staff. It's a great group, work well together. You know, the saying, you know, it's amazing what you can accomplish when nobody cares who gets the credit. I mean, it really is a unified group, and that goes for a whole staff. It's not an offensive staff and a defensive staff, although it's an offensive staff and a defensive staff.
Correct.
There's unity in the staff and belief. A lot of ideas bounced and a lot of conversations had.
And we start that out by asking, you know, this group, there's not going to be a more thorough group of studying this wing T than that group you have over there, led by your DC.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's you know, it's not what we know, it's what we can teach and how we can relay, whether it be meeting times or whether it you know, walkthroughs, and just, you know, how good of a teacher are you? And I do think these guys are really good teachers and present the information well and find what reaches the group, but what reaches the individual too. There's different approaches even within your own position. Hey, this is what gets through to this kid and this is what gets through to this kid. There's a consistency, but, you know, it's not always a one-size-fits-all. You know, to just be consistent, you know, fair. I don't know what fair is sometimes when people say, are you fair? I mean, are you consistent? And yes, there is a fairness, but, you know, that can be, fair is not sane.
One of the things that we talked about way back in the preview show this year was developing depth on that defensive unit and building some for the future, because you'll lose, you know, a few key players, as you do, quite frankly, every year. I mean, it's high school football. That's just what happens. You graduate people and you say, well, how are we going to replace those people? Yeah. It's been going on and been going on. Got a great group of young players that are coming up, and a lot of youngsters playing right now.
There's a good mix on defense. You're right. I mean, there's a good mix. We're going to graduate some ones that I'm not looking forward to seeing them leave ever. But that's always the case. But, you know, there's a great group of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So, you know, key is to stay the course, keep investing in each and every one of them, because, you know, some of them surprise you. They turn into juniors, and, you know, they just surprise you through their consistency of multiple years of work, and, you know, where you weren't sure if they were ever going to be able to. Now they're out there playing, and they're playing well. So, you know, coach the whole group.
It looked this year like it was a bigger freshman class that came in too, one that you've had in the past.
You know, I want to say we've got about 45 freshmen right now. How many make it through the off season and decide to stick with it when some of that pressure gets turned up? I hope all 45 of them. I mean, it's a good group, but it's not far from being half of what we got. And, you know, coming off of 2 COVID off seasons, and, you know, which everybody, when I talk to them, is dealing with some of the same things. But, you know, whether parents were unsure of, you know, whether they were you had your football kids, but some of those other ones, you know, we didn't have a huge freshman class last year, and, you know, some of them are starting to come out, so the quicker we can get them called up and all that stuff. But look, the future's bright. And I'm excited about it. You know, it's bright. You know, we had a freshman
running the ball the bulk of the night,
playing a really big ball game the other night, and he played well.
Absolutely, he did.
And we'll only get better the more he understands and the more he's taught. And he's a sponge. He's a high character kid. He's got a great work ethic, and you cannot wait to see what he turns. You know, boy, we got a long time with him to grow a whole bunch.
Well, you explaining, and you and I talking, this has been several years ago, towards the first of the times that we were doing the show, and you talked about, look, in 5A, you're really not supposed to be playing until you're midway junior, senior, because you're developing, your body's developing, and to go up there and battle that, quite frankly, some of these kids that are playing 18, 19 years old, you go back to, you've had kids graduate not much older than 16 that have been out there. So there's a maturity and there's a difference on there as well. But you've got young guys that are playing early on.
Yeah, happy birthday, Joe Bordelon. He gave me a hard time today because I hadn't told him happy birthday. I didn't know, but if he's listening, Joe's birthday's today, so happy birthday.
There you go, happy birthday,
Joe.
Joe.
You're right. I mean, look.
And he's how old now, 17?
17. So, you know, we made some jokes about, you know, how old he was or how old he looks.
Or, he looked 20 3 years ago when he came from Brame.
So anyway, we had a good laugh about that. future's bright. I believe that. We're going to remain optimistic, with all of it.
There's
a whole lot of development.
These young guys and this mix is going to surprise a lot of people before Week 15 rolls around.
The junior high group is really, really good. Excited about what's in the 7th and 8th grades right now, and eventually they're going to be Trojans, and freshman group's great. I mean, we've got sophomores playing for us right now. We've got some. I mean, look. Let's just stay the course, and each year feeds the next year. We're gonna handle it here and now. And
it's been working well, and love seeing these young guys grow up. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the Trojans when they have the football. We'll do all of that. You're listening to the Thomas Bachman Show right here on LA 103.5.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
Are you involved in a home remodel gone bad? I'm Mark Velor with the law firm of Velor & Green. We understand that difficulties can turn construction projects into a nightmare. If you are a homeowner, contractor, architect, or engineer and need help resolving a dispute, call Velor & Green today at our Alexandria office for a free consultation. 318-442-9533. That's 318-442-9533. When it's important to you, who you hire matters. Velor & Green.
You don't have to miss out on your life because of an eye problem. Louisiana Eye and Laser Center can make your life more enjoyable with affordable solutions such as LASIK surgery, glaucoma treatments, cataract treatments. The professionals at Louisiana Eye and Laser Center can help you get more out of the life you're living. You can enjoy seeing your loved ones in a way that is comfortable and reliable. Talk to Louisiana Eye and Laser Center at 318-487-2020 or check them out online at laeyeandlasercenter.com.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria, proud supporter of area high school football.
Mom, Dad, the magician's here. Magician?
Oh, yeah. Honey, the magician's here.
Oh, right. Can I go watch? Sure.
Hi, Timmy. Are you ready?
Boy, am I.
Okay. See that dirt, grime, and residue?
Yep.
Now you see it? Now you don't.
Wow, amazing.
Zenla Power Wash. We offer house washing, shingle roof washing, and commercial washing services. Call 318-446-0838.
8487-2020 or check them out online at laeyeandlasercenter.com.
Security Sporting Goods, proud Thomas Bachman Show on LA.
There we go. Back to live action here and catching up with all of the Facebook stuff. So we're talking about Ben and the leader that he was and some of those times. And Ben pops in and starts commenting on that. But I have a tendency to mess up the feed when I get on the Facebook on our page. So it's great to hear Ben. He says, look, he was most excited that he was getting protected by those guys. So, look.
Hey, Lee. Brasher. I was looking. Sorry.
Those basketball guys coming in and
better believe they had freshman jamboree last night. Is that right? Freshman jamboree last night tonight. Freshman scrimmage. I mean, it's fixing to be busy time.
Well, look, as productive as you've been on the football field, too, you've made some home run hires there as athletic director, baseball, basketball, I mean, softball. You got a lot of big things going on there, and of course, already a state championship in the books for the basketball team from a couple of years ago. So.
Great people it's what it takes. And
does the basketball team have more coaches than you do in football? It seems like that's a
no,
Jimmy
Brasher's pretty good. No, he doesn't. Brasher does an incredible job, and the people that he has helping him, they do a great job. But there's nobody better than Lance. I mean, we're fortunate. We're blessed to have the people. Coach Briggs and. Excited to see what they do this spring. Return a lot, and, some really good ones, and excited about that.
There you go. Well, it's a great time to be to be around the campus. That's for sure. So offensively, the Trojans are going against West Ouachita's defense. What are we looking at doing there? And first, I'm gonna tell you, we saw JT a lot in the second half of last game. He filling in, he did wonderfully there.
Second, third, fourth, he got a lot of.
Was that a coach's decision, or was Jarvis still a little banged up?
Jarvis is dealing with a quad injury, and
right.
He just it's just nagging and aggravating, and he deserves an opportunity to get healthy so that he can make a final push at this, and I'm hoping that happens sooner rather than later, but.
The offense we're looking for is the offense that was there in the second half of this Ouachita game. And in the first half, no points on the board at all in the game through one thing or another. But they came out firing. You put up 17 in the third quarter alone.
With an opportunity to score many more.
Right.
Many more points, to be honest with you. We scored 17 and, just feel like we've left a lot of points. And when I say we're talking about, the boys, coaches, all of us.
Well, everything's always been that way with you.
We're well aware that we're leaving some points, but we did. We battled and we competed. We get it to 12-10, and then they score. We go right back down the field and score and just continue. There was never just not our night. We're gonna lay down or whatever. I thought we battled. We just, missed some opportunities to really grab control of it. We had several opportunities, and then we hit the play to take the lead, and we do. And, it just one of those where you
2 weeks in a row, you got the lead in the second half of the game, too, in the fourth quarter of the game, too. These wins and losses have a lot to do with seeding and the way home teams and the way seeding comes around. But I think very rarely does a team from a lower seeding not come up and make a challenge. And anybody that's looked at the tape versus just looking at the record will see that Ash is poised to make a deep run on there. So seeding aside, the adversity side of it,
how's the way it falls? I mean,
the question though is this adversity that you guys are overcoming, because the only way to learn to overcome adversity is to overcome adversity. And you guys are preparing for that. You'd rather this happen now than week 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, opportunity to show how resilient we are, and we have. I mean, the kids continue to show up. They're working hard in the mornings. They're working hard in the afternoons. They're taking coaching. They're responding, and now we just got to go put it all together.
Right.
And that's the cliche coaches talk, but that is the truth of what it is. We've just got to get a consistency and a confidence. I do think that that's key too, a belief and a confidence of not hoping good things happen, but really believing we're fixing to make good things happen. We're going to make the plays, and that comes with success. And we need a little bit of it.
Can you look back on a game this season that you'll look at and say, you know what, we played a complete game in that game. We're satisfied with this game. Not satisfied with where you're at and moving along, but say, you know what, offense, defense, especially we executed, we did fine. Or is it hey, we've got so much growth ahead of us?
Well, you hope you continue to grow there. That's
right.
For sure. I mean, you try and think of, moments where you got hot and you just were difficult when you were executing at a high level. There were moments of, all the way back in week 2 where we got hot offensively and we just were in a rhythm and, hadn't been – we were just in a rhythm. And,
right.
And there's been moments in other game, but, where it's been a while for us on the offensive side of the ball where we feel like we've put 4 quarters of high execution, great rhythm together. And, how much of that has to do with the people that you're playing. You play against really good people. I mean, and they're coaching and they're making plays too, and their players are making plays too. So I don't know. I mean, it's been spotty. Just would like to see more consistency, from series to series.
And that's, I guess, was a loaded question because I knew right away what Thomas Bachman was going to answer, in that it doesn't matter if you've won every game 75-0. There's something that you're going to want to work on there. But I guess the point of it is, man, to the person that's outside the area, they see 6-3, they see a down year, but inside I see, man, if you can just take a couple of the plays that go the other way, this has a chance to be a special year again.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we're going to continue to play. The year's far from being over.
That's right.
I don't know how you judge a season when the season's not over. So we're not necessarily in that mode. Obviously, disappointed. We're not into moral victories, or our kids are playing to win and they're disappointed. And what a great thing. I mean, that's been created where we spot a ball. Kids are going to play to win, and they're frustrated when they don't win. But, the season is not over. So I don't know. I hadn't jumped into all that and, disappointing this or disappointing that. At the end of the year, we'll rehash it. But right now we're working and, we're focused on the next day or the moment that we're in today. Today's over. So tomorrow morning we'll be back at it. And that's our only focus.
I guess the more, again, and the potential for putting it all together is there. This group is going to make a lot of noise before this season's over in middle of December.
Yeah, we certainly want to be in that conversation. That's sure, but we got to go. We got to go.
You got to take care of week 10, and then that's yes, absolutely.
This is the most important game, and it's the next game, and being back at home. I mean, we're really looking forward to being back at our place in our locker room all day. We're not getting on the bus and traveling. Right. I'm just excited about being home. Know that those are, that's a possibility in the future, but it's not this week. And
look, that's been as brutal a schedule as you'll find out of anybody on there, going all the way back to week 5 at Winona. And then
as far as the travel, it's
right.
It's been interesting. Not interesting. It's just been it's
been a unique season. I mean, you've not traveled. Yeah,
we've traveled 4 or 5 weeks, and so it's good to be back home. And that's just the way the draw happens. We got 6 teams in our district. Everybody draws a number out, and it says, it's not that we set it up this way. In 2019, the first time of this. Before COVID happened last year and we ran it back, we had 3 of 5 at home. So we just had some road trips this year.
We're going to take our final break of the night. And when we come back, I want to talk to you. Speaking of districts, I want to talk to you about that when we come back. You're listening to the Thomas Bachman Show right here, live from Walk-Ons on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
Did you know BK Distributors have the fastest signs in town? They have signs for everything. If you're in need of signs or banners for your political campaign, your business, or just for that family reunion, BK Distributors has it all with outstanding quality, fast turnaround, and the best prices in town. If you've been looking for the right place to handle your signage needs, well, here's your sign. Call Scott today, 318-442-2246. And let him help you. BK Distributors, Highway 28 East in Pineville, behind Arby's.
Ma'am, the doctor will see you now.
I can't see the doctor.
No, the doctor's right here. He's ready to see.
No, you don't understand. Are you hearing me? I'm telling you, I can't see the doctor.
Don't let it come to this.
Louisiana Eye and Laser Center. Come visit us at one of our 13 locations or look us up online.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football.
Mom, Dad, the magician's here. Magician?
Oh, yeah. Honey, the magician's here.
Oh, right. Can I go watch? Sure.
Hi, Timmy. Are you ready?
Boy, am I.
Okay. See that dirt, grime, and residue?
Yep.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Wow, amazing.
Senla Power Wash. We offer house washing, shingle roof washing, and commercial washing services. Call 318-446-0838.
Live from Walk-Ons on MacArthur Drive in Alexandria, this is the Thomas Bachman Show on LA 103.5.
Back live at Walk-Ons, I am Doug Gann, along with head coach Thomas Bachman. And, Coach, a lot of things to ask you, but the top is the reclassification and the redistrict and all of that. What do you know about any of that?
I think tomorrow is the deadline to declare, maybe at noon, of if you're playing up. If you're in a lower classification, you can play up. So if you're 1A, you can play up to 2A, 3A, whatever you declare.
Speaking of 1A, does Evangel do that anymore? Do they stay back where it's comfortable? I know that's. I know.
I want to say I heard or read or was told, or I don't know, that Coach Denny's planning on staying in 4A, but I guess I don't know.
That's strong.
Time will tell.
That's strong. Anyway, so
but tomorrow noon is the deadline to declare whether or not you're playing up. So once people to play up and the true 5A, 4A on down gets set, then districting will begin. And
here's something to send to them the next time in 2 years and start working on it now. Let's have a Super 6A that combines the select and the non-select and put that together. And let's get some of those Catholic League teams and let's get something. And let's have a 6A and let the big guys come back together.
I want to say Ruston had proposed. At one point there was a 6A on the board. And it was, I don't know, it's probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. Sometimes you get to thinking like, golly, was that really that long ago? But I do know at one point that was proposed, and you take your largest 32 schools in the state, and they become 6A, and then you do. And then you
divide it out from there.
I don't know what proposals.
I would like to see, though, like I said, a Super 6 where you say, okay, we're going to take, and it's a travel nightmare is what this is. So that's part of the problem with it, too. Take 16 teams out of there and say, okay, you guys have the opportunity. Who wants to battle in this? Who wants to be in the Super 6? And those that want to rise up and say, you know what, I want a piece of that. Let me go play in that ultimate division.
I don't know what the pulse of the state is on the new proposals or what proposals are coming. I mean, that'll all, I guess, start happening, December. I mean, it's still season for us. So while you might have a conversation with a couple of coaches here and there, I think most of us got your head down. You're trying to figure out how you're going to win a ball game at the end of the week. And, not that you don't have conversations, but I personally don't have a pulse on where this state is, select, non-select.
And it should be because your focus has got to be on week to week.
And the areas of the state are so different. You might have, this part of the state that is for this, but this part of the state is, and the
only thing certain is that 48 hours from now, going to be kicking things off against West Ouachita at home. Remember, it's
senior night.
It is senior night. So these kids, they deserve it. They deserve the opportunity to come out. And a big shout out to these seniors that have enjoyed it. And I'll send this out to the younger guys that are there. You talk to anybody that's already graduated from Ash, they wish they would have a little bit more time here to play this. Even the guys that are off playing college ball that are making their time here at Ash and in high school was one of the better times that they've ever had.
High school football is special. I mean, these seniors, we need to honor them, want them to play well. go get everything that they want. Glad that like I said, we're back at home, and we're really looking forward to playing in our home stadium and honoring these seniors.
And love to have things work out with it, take care of business and get the win. And I know you don't want to talk about the week after that, but there's an opportunity to be back at home in the first round of the playoffs too.
Well, hopefully we have a good conversation on Friday night on the scoreboard show. Hopefully Lamar has got his math worked out. He can tell me.
Lamar's already figured out round 2 by now. I'm just saying Lamar's got it figured out.
So I'm all right, Lamar, tell me what we got. That's whenever y'all call, when I get on, I'm going to say, Lamar, come on.
He texted me today.
Give me 1 to 32.
He texted me today as soon as the forfeit worked its way in, and you guys went from 19 to 18. He's given me the graphic and all of this. And so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Sunday, we're going to have a Selection Sunday show. We'll have it live from up here. Love for you to come be a part